Want to build a high-growth tech career but confused about where to start in data engineering, cloud, DevOps, and AI? In this video, you will understand the complete roadmap of becoming a successful data engineer. You will got to know the most in-demand skills and tools like Python, SQL, PySpark, Azure, and Microsoft Fabric. You will see in detail how data engineering, DevOps, and Gen AI work together in real-world projects, salary opportunities you'll be getting, career growth, certification, placement strategies, and what companies are actually looking for in today's AI-driven job market. And here's the list of valuable topics covered in this video. Complete roadmap to become a data engineer, essential skills like Python, SQL, PySpark, and Azure, and some other advanced skills. Understanding Azure Data Factory, Databricks, ETL, data pipelines, and cloud workflow. Azure Storage, Synapse Analytics, and Microsoft Fabric explained simply. Why Azure Data Engineering is one of the fastest growing career paths. Salary ranges, job roles, and career progression. How DevOps helps you build production-ready skills and increase job opportunities. LLMs, RAG, and Agentic AI explained in a simple and practical way. Real-world projects, certifications, and placement roadmap. Resume building, interview preparation, referrals, and strategies to increase interview calls. So make sure you watch this video till the end and get a clear pathway of future-proofing your career in data engineering. If you are in IT and still stuck in the same salary, not getting enough interview calls, listen carefully. Right now, there are two types of people. Those who keep waiting and those who upgrade their skills and move into high-paying roles, earning 15 to 45 plus LPA because the market has already shifted. Cloud, data, AI, DevOps. These are the roles driving real career growth today. At Coding Superstars, we have helped thousands of professionals move into top tech roles.
I got placed in IBEX Labs. Previously, my package was 8 lakhs. Now it is around 14 lakhs. Thanks for the Coding Superstar for the guidance, and the course is very worth it.
I have accepted a position as a DevOps engineer at NTI Mindtree. The skills which were taught by Coding Superstar were directly applicable to the role, and I'm confident that they will be essential for my success.
Recognized by Silicon India as one of the top 10 cloud computing training firms in India. People who once had zero coding experience are now working in top companies like Microsoft, Accenture, TCS, Infosys, and more. This is not just another course. This is your path to becoming industry ready. So watch this till the end.
Fine. So these are the major three skills what we'll be focusing on. First, we'll be learning about data engineer. Okay, as a data engineer, what we'll do? As a data engineer, you will be building data pipelines. What do you mean by building data pipelines? We'll discuss about that, not to worry on that part. Okay, once you have built data pipelines, second, we have to deploy data pipelines into production. For that, we need to use DevOps skills. To deploying the data pipelines into production, we need DevOps skills. All right, this is the second level of skills. That is where we'll build CI/CD pipeline, Kubernetes, Docker, Terraform, and all of it. And then the third and the very important level is to automate the data pipelines, to automate the work. For example, in the step number 1 in data engineer, you have built 100 data pipelines. I'm just giving an example. So 100 data pipelines are built. So now 100 data pipelines you should deploy into multiple servers. Okay, to deploy into multiple servers, for this purpose, we'll be using DevOps. Okay, for this purpose, we'll be using DevOps. And the third layer is Agentic AI layer or Gen AI layer is out of 100 data pipelines, just imagine that 40 data pipelines are not working, are failing. Okay, so now previously this 40 data pipelines were manually fixed. So now we can automate this completely with the help of Gen AI and Agentic AI. You can train Gen AI to automatically fix. Automate fix. You can automate the troubleshooting. So this is where 100 maybe, right? For example, I can see a lot of participants from the previous batches saying that whatever the work I was doing in 1 week, right now I'm able to do it in just 2 hours. With the help of what? With the help of Agentic AI. Okay, so here we'll be learning about LLM, RAGs, Agentic AI, all of it. So what are the skills we'll be learning in each and every layer? let me give you the clarity one by one. What are the skills? We'll discuss in detail. I will not tell you now. Will discuss in detail. So Mano, type in the chat box. How many of you are new to all the three? Type in new to all three. New to three in the chat box. If you are new to all the three, type in new to all three in the chat box. Okay. Okay, and most of you might have question in their mind. If I'm learning only data engineer, will I get a job? You have to struggle. As simple the answer is you have to struggle, because if you learn only data engineering, you can only build data pipelines. Okay, if the interviewer asks you like, how do you deploy the data pipeline? How do you monitor the data pipelines? Okay, if the data pipeline is taking 3 hours, how do you reduce the time to like 1 hour? You will not be able to answer all these questions, because all that will be covered in the second and third level. Okay, there's all these 3 things are very much required. So now we'll try to learn everything from the very scratch. Okay, I want you guys to participate in the chat box. So maybe we'll make it like I can tell you, right, whatever the session you are attending today. Okay, I can guarantee you till the time, okay, it will be around like 90 minutes. Till the time you finish 90 to 100 minutes, you will have complete impact in your brain regarding this complete career, what you are about to learn in the upcoming future. Okay, that is for sure, because okay, almost we have delivered more than 95% placement rate. Okay, we have even got certified as top 10 cloud computing training firms. There are a lot of awards we have got for only one thing, because we are able to deliver results. Okay, so I will give you all the proofs. Okay, do not worry about that. So now let's get started. Is the screen visible to everybody? Yes, no? What is it like? Is the screen visible to everybody? Fine. Okay. So we'll be, as I told you, we'll be focusing on 3 things. What are the 3 things we'll be focusing on? Data engineering, okay, DevOps, and Gen AI. We'll be focusing on all the 3 step by step. Okay. So now, okay, fine. First thing, okay. So why? Okay, why is that? Maybe right now, what are the kind of jobs that are getting laid off? There are huge number of jobs that are getting laid off. What are the jobs that are getting laid off? Development jobs are reducing. Testing jobs are reducing. Support related jobs are reducing. On-premises jobs are reducing. Right? Middleware jobs are reducing. Okay, Informatica jobs are reducing. Okay, and like many jobs are reducing. There are a lot of layoffs. Okay, layoffs. Why? Why is the layoffs? The simple answer is AI. Because of AI, the most of the jobs are reducing. Why AI is taking away most of the jobs? Because let me take one example. Previously in the development team, okay, there were 30 members. There were 30 plus members in a single team. Right now, it has reduced to 10. In most of the teams, it is reduced to 5. This 5 people, okay, 5 developers are able to do the job of 30 people. Why? Because these 5 people know how to use AI. Okay, how to use AI to get the job done of 30 people. So that is the reason. So now you may ask like, if there are layoffs everywhere, what is the kind of skills we need to focus on? You need to focus on, okay, these 4 areas. You need to focus on the formula for you to get into the future is, you need to focus on cloud plus data plus, okay, plus AI. This is the formula for your future. Because these are the skills. Because why cloud? Because everything is getting migrated to cloud. Why data? Because AI needs data. Without data, AI works on data. Okay, why DevOps? Okay, maybe production, deployment, production of manage the production of application, or managing the production of data pipelines, we need DevOps. Then AI, because everything is centered over AI. Okay, everything is centered over AI. That is the reason we'll be focusing on this part. That is the reason these skills are increasing. So now you can ask one thing. Okay, maybe do you think this? Why is that data engineering jobs are data engineering jobs will not be taken over by AI? You should ask one question. Will the data engineering jobs this not taken over by AI? Why do you think it will not be taken over by AI? Can you guys type in the chat box? Why do we think data engineering jobs cannot be replaced by AI? Type in the chat box. Let's see who will answer first. Why will the data engineering jobs will not be taken over by AI? Why? Okay, let me give you an answer, very quick answer. So now, first thing, any kind of AI models, whatever the model it is, okay, maybe whether, let's take some example like ChatGPT or Gemini, Copilot, Claude, Anthropic Claude, lot many AI models we have got. So when will the AI model work? Okay, when this AI model, lot of AI models are there. This is ChatGPT, this is Google Gemini, this is Anthropic Claude. All these AI models will only work when you supply huge amount of data. When you supply huge amount of data to this team. Okay, so now the data, is at the source, that is not in the refined format, it is in the raw format. Somebody needs to convert this into fully processed business data. Who will supply this huge amount of data to all these teams, AI teams, machine learning teams, all these teams? Who will supply the data? That is supplied by data engineers. In simple words, if there is no data engineer, there is no AI. If there is no data engineer, there is no AI. Okay, this is the main reason. In last 3 months, there are more than 40,000 job openings in data engineer. Okay, each one of you can easily get around like 10 to 15 interview calls per month. Easily. There are thousands of interview calls. Only thing is demand is very huge. Demand is very high. But the quality profiles, quality candidates who have worked on real-time projects is very low. That is when there's a huge scope. That is where we are able to deliver 95% placement rate. We cannot deliver 95% placement rate in development. We cannot deliver 95% placement rate in like testing because there is no demand at all. Okay, maybe what kind of placements we can give? We can give the placements only in the demand which is booming. Okay, that demand is nothing but right now is in the field of data engineer. Okay, that is that field that is in the data engineer line. Okay, so what are the prerequisites we need before getting started into data engineer? What are the prerequisites we need? Okay, we need Python, basics of Python and basics of SQL. So may I know how many of you are new to both Python and SQL? Type in new to both. If you're new to both, type in new to both. How many of you are new to both Python and SQL? Type in new to both in the chat box. Okay. If you're only new to Python, type in new to Python. Fine, guys. Not to worry. So should we learn everything about Python? Should we learn everything in Python? Not needed. You need not have to learn everything in Python. In Python, we need to learn 3 major libraries. What are the 3 major libraries? Library number 1 is PySpark. Okay. Why do we need PySpark? This is used for big data. PySpark is a library of Python. Python has lots of libraries, hundreds of libraries. Okay. In this, we need to learn only 3 libraries. What are the 3 libraries we need to learn for data engineering? First library is nothing but PySpark. Second library, is nothing but NumPy. NumPy is a library of Python which deals with number. This deals with PySpark's deal with big data. Okay, NumPy deals with numbers. Okay, and the third very important library is Pandas. Can you guys tell me in the chat box? Okay, what is the use case of Pandas? Why do we need Pandas? PySpark is needed for dealing with big data. NumPy is needed for dealing with numbers. Similarly, what is the use of Pandas? Yes, data frames is right, but in simple words, we can call it as Pandas is used to deal with tables. Okay, Pandas is used to deal with tables. Okay, so we'll be learning all these 3 libraries and SQL. I think most of you might have already are already working on SQL. Can you guys type in the chat box what SQL are you guys working on? Okay, what SQL are you guys working on? Is it like PL SQL, Azure? What SQL? PL SQL or Oracle SQL? Okay, MS SQL, MySQL. What is that you guys working on? Type in the chat box. Okay, fine. So I can see most of you working on different SQL, but here for data engineer, we'll be majorly needing Azure SQL. We'll be needing Azure SQL. This is the cloud version of SQL. Okay. So this is what, even if you are new to this, we'll be covering. Approximately, for those who do not know Python and SQL, approximately we'll be conducting around like 12 to 15 classes on Python, 12 to 15 classes of SQL. For those who do not know Python and SQL. For those who already know Python and SQL, you guys can skip. So Python and SQL means, Python means you should know PySpark, NumPy, Pandas. Knowing for Python for development and Python for data engineering is completely different. So these are the skills you need to learn. Okay, I hope you guys have got the clarity. These are the prerequisites. Even if you do not know, not to worry, we'll help you out in learning both the things. Okay, maybe right. Not a problem. Even if you have not written a single line of code, not to worry, we'll help you out in learning from the scratch. Even if you have not installed Python in your entire life, not to worry, we'll help you out in installing and running Python. Okay, from the very scratch. So these are the three libraries we'll be focusing on. NumPy, okay, is used for big data transformation. PySpark is used for big data transformation. NumPy is used for working with numbers. Pandas is working with tables. Right, this is how it will be. And SQL, as I told you, will be majorly dealing with Azure SQL. So this is what we'll be focusing on. So now you may have this question. So why is that we are only focusing on Azure? Why not GCP? Why not on AWS? Okay, why not GCP? Why not AWS? The number one reason is Microsoft right now is the richest company on the planet. Okay, is the richest company on the planet. Okay, second is Apple, third is Nvidia. That means the growth of Microsoft is happening like this. The growth is going like this. Okay, that means when the growth, remember it, when the growth is very huge, then anybody who learns for their career, they will also grow. As simple as that. It's like stock market. For example, if you're investing in stock market, even if you're investing 10,000, you need to look at the company. If the company is growing, your money will grow. If the company is not growing, your company will go down. You will be facing the loss. Similarly, picking the right skills and the right technical stack is really important. Okay, having said that, does that mean that AWS is not good? No. Does it mean that GCP is not good? No. Only thing is that with Microsoft Azure, you'll be getting more interview calls. There are 40,000 job openings. Okay, and you can easily expect 10 to 15 interview calls per month. Okay, will you get referral? Absolutely yes. After complete mock interviews, you'll be getting referrals as well. Okay, and the second thing is that even for beginners or non-IT people, you can get a job here. Okay, even for beginners and non-IT people, you have got openings. Okay, non-IT people means it's not, you cannot say that you are a fresher. You have to show at least 1 year of experience. So IT people can show around like 2 to 3 years of experience. Those who have really good with data, you can show 4 to 5 years of experience. Okay, in short, you have to show experience. How to show this experience and all, we will guide you on that part. So as you can see, the market value of Microsoft is 3 trillion. Okay, it is bigger than lots of companies. Okay, lots of countries put together. Okay, that is how big Microsoft is, right? So when you are learning that level of skill, it's impossible for you to fail, because this Microsoft is definitely favored. Okay, so now, for example, one more reason why to choose Azure. As you can see, LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft. The ChatGPT, OpenAI, the trending AI tool. Okay, the almost major investor for that is also Microsoft. 95% of the Fortune 500 companies are using Microsoft Cloud. GitHub is owned by Microsoft. Azure growth is exponential since 2015. From 2015. Okay, what is the reason for the Azure's growth? Why is Azure growing so high from 2015? Because of one guy. That is nothing but Satya Nadella. This is an Indian origin guy, Satya Nadella. Okay, since the time he became the CEO, okay, the growth of Azure is going like this. Okay, before that it was like up and down. From this, okay, from 2015 the growth is going up. That is the reason we are focusing on Azure. Okay, having said that, once you're learning Azure, later moment of time, you can learn even AWS also, you can learn GCP also. That's not a big deal. So maybe we can give you like AWS, Azure classes will be live, like AWS Data Engineer and GCP Data Engineer, we can give you in the form of recordings as a bonus. Okay, so that is how it goes. So now, as you can see, this is what AWS, GCP and Azure. The main reason is you will get maximum calls, maximum company, maximum growth. That is the main reason we are focusing on Azure. Okay, so maybe and the major reason is, yes, As I told, there are more than 40,000 openings in last 3 months. Okay, maybe each one of you can easily expect 10 to 15 interview calls per month. Okay, that is how it goes. Okay, this is what are the companies hiring. This are all the top companies are hiring, from service-based companies to product-based companies. All the kind of freaking companies are recruiting for data engineers. Okay, that is how. So what is the kind of CTCs you can expect? So this is a very important screen. Okay, maybe right, if you want, you can take a screenshot. Let me explain this. There are 3 categories of job role you can apply for. Okay, what are the 3 categories of job roles you can apply for? First category of job role is a data engineering job role. You can apply for data engineering job role. Second category of job role is senior data engineer. Okay, and the third, highest category is data architect. So now, can everybody apply for data architect? No. Can anybody apply for senior data engineer? No. Okay, there is some prerequisite. Let me tell you who can apply for what. Okay, let me give you a clarity who can apply for what. So this is for those, okay, data engineer, anybody with a lower CTC. Lower CTC. When I say lower CTC, who has a CTC less than 15 LPA, okay, can apply for data engineer. Even, okay, beginners or non-IT professionals also can apply for this thing by showing 1 or 2 years of experience. How to show this experience? Will guide you. Okay, senior data engineer. Okay, senior data engineer. Anybody who is already earning, okay, 15 lakhs plus, okay, can apply for senior data engineer role. Okay, senior data engineering role. Okay, so you can apply for senior data engineer role. So what is the difference between a, what is the difference between a data engineering job role and a senior data engineering job role? Here also, as a data engineering also, you will be building plus managing data pipelines. You will be building plus managing data pipelines, but you will be building and manage L1, okay, and L2 level data pipelines. That's it. Beginner and intermediate level data pipeline. What is L1, L2? It defines the complexity of data pipelines. The more complex the data pipelines, the more higher the CTC you can expect. Whereas the senior data engineer will be handling more complex data pipelines like L3, L4, okay, and L5 level data pipelines. Okay, that is the reason you guys can expect more. Who can apply for this? Anybody who's already expecting 15 LPA. This is only for IT professionals. Non-IT people cannot apply here. Non-IT people can only apply for data engineering role. Okay, maybe right. So you have to, only IT people can apply for this role. And senior data engineer, who can, data architect, who can apply for this? Anybody who is already getting 30 LPA plus and you are already working in IT role, in a senior IT role. Obviously, if you are getting 30 LPA, you will be working in a senior IT role. All right. So what is the difference here? You will be doing everything what a senior data engineer does. You will be doing everything like managing complex data pipelines. Plus, along with that, you will be even responsible for, okay, designing and implementing, okay, the end-to-end architecture. Designing and implementing end-to-end architecture, end-to-end data architecture. Okay, what do you mean by designing an end-to-end architecture? First of all, understanding what is the size of data, what is the volume of the data, what is the velocity of the data, what tools are needed, okay, how many team members are needed, what is the budget, right? Everything, the complete architecture will be designed by this data architect. Okay, so now I want you guys to type in the chat box, okay, which of these 3 options, okay, defines your goal. What is your goal? Okay, is your goal to become a data engineer or a senior data engineer or data architect based on where you stand? Okay, maybe type in the chat box. Practical. First step is setting the goal. Okay, remember it, if you are less than 15 LPA, don't tell me that I want to become data architect. Not possible. Okay, not possible. Maybe that we do not want to, okay, fake promise anybody, right? Maybe that I can see lot of like, a lot of fake ads running in the Instagram. People are saying like you can get 1 crore CTC, 2 crore CTC. Maybe that I don't know why there is no regulation in Indian market. Anybody can run any kind of ad, right? Maybe that don't fall for all those things. You have to be practical. It's practically not possible for anybody getting 10 lakhs to get 1 crore. Not possible. Right? So yeah, at the end of the day, we have to use our common sense logic. Okay, this is how it goes. I can see most of you are aiming for senior data engineer, data architect, data engineer. Fine, guys, not a problem. So one more thing, one more key criteria. For all the 3 levels, okay, we have to learn all the 3 skills: data engineering skills, plus DevOps skills plus GenAI skills. Only thing is you'll be learning all the three skills for all the level. Only thing is the project's complexity will increase. The projects will be beginner to intermediate here, beginner to intermediate level. Here will be like a little bit more complex project. Here will be super complex project. That is how it will be. That is how it will be. Okay. I hope you guys are getting the clarity. So this clarity is very much needed. So maybe how you can set up goal. This is how you can set up the goal. As you can see, be realistic. Okay, but you need to stretch. If you are getting 6 LPA, you can aim for 12 to 15. If you are getting 10 LPA, you can aim for 25 to or 20 to 25. If you are getting 20 plus, you can aim for 30 to 45 LPA plus. Okay, that is how it goes. Okay, so the maybe we already talked about because of AI, development jobs are going, testing jobs are going. Okay, support jobs are going, admin jobs are going. All right. So maybe many jobs are going. So guys, Prasad, I will give you a chance to ask question. Maybe then you can put across it. Let's go in a flow. Maybe so that we don't interrupt the flow. And in equal interval, absolutely yes, I will take up your questions as well. So that there's a lot of things to discuss. We'll help you out in that as well. Okay. So yes, these are the skills we'll be focusing on: cloud, data engineer, DevOps, and generative AI. This is the actual safe zone skill where the safe zone plus growth zone. These are the skills we need to focus on. Okay, for example, as I've already told you, 30 developed previously, development team was 30 team size. Nowadays it is reduced to 5 because companies combine multiple skills into one, and pay more for it. Okay, data engineer 20 LPA plus DevOps 20 LPA, 35 to 40. So now let's get started with our first and foremost skill. Okay, now let's get out of this screen and let's get to our whiteboard screen. Okay, so that we try to understand and learn about how data engineer works. Okay, I hope you guys can see the screen. Can you guys type in the chat box? Guys, all the fee structure and all of it, I am not the right person. Okay, focus on this session. Once this session is done, okay, you can connect with the team. Okay, the team will help you out with the fees. Okay, I would suggest you focus on learning now. Okay, fees and everything is secondary. Okay, at the end of the day, learning is more important, right? So now first we'll be getting started with data engineer. So can you guys type in the chat box? What is the responsibility of a data engineer? What does a data engineer do? What are the core responsibility of a data engineer? Can you guys type in the chat box? What are the core responsibilities of a data engineer? Only collect the data. Collect the data is one of the options. What else? Guys, I want you guys to flood in the inbox with all your answers. Okay, building data pipelines, creating data pipelines, transfer the data. Yes, you guys are right. This is the initiative I want. Okay, whether you are right or wrong, not to worry. Nobody will judge you. Okay, processing the data, that is also part. Collecting the data, ETL map, building data pipelines, arrange, manage. Okay, extraction, transform, and load into a target, collect and maintain, secure the data. Say that. Fine. You all the answers, whatever you guys is right. But right now we'll learn. Okay. For example, whenever you give the answers, there is a level 1 answer. All the answers are right. There are level 1 answers. There are level 10 answers. Okay. What do you mean by level 10 answers? Level 10 answers are those which the interviewer will be really happy with these answers. Okay, your chances of getting selected will be very high. Okay, now let's try to understand the more higher rated answers. Okay, practical answers. Okay, what the interviewers will get impressed with, because I myself take a lot of interviews. Okay, my team takes a lot of interviews based on that. A data engineer does 3 responsibilities. Responsibility number 1, responsibility number 2, responsibility number 3. What are the 3 major responsibilities data engineer has? Responsibility number 1 is to design. Responsibility number 1 is to design. Responsibility number 2 is to build. Okay, responsibility number 3 is to manage. So now can you guys type in the chat box, what will a data engineer design, build, and manage? What will a data engineer design? What will a data engineer build? And what will a data engineer manage? A data engineer will design, build, and manage data pipelines. So now, what do you mean by data pipeline? Okay, what do you mean by data pipeline? A data pipeline is something that connects source with the destination. So now, what do you mean by source? Source is a place where we get raw data. Can you guys type in the chat box? What What kind of data is called as raw data? When do we call any kind of data as raw data? When do we call any kind of data as raw data? Quickly type in the chat box. When do we call any kind of data as raw data? Any data which is unprocessed, unstructured, and unclean. This is called as raw data. But at the destination, we have got AI teams, machine learning team, we have got data science team, okay, deep learning team, business intelligence team, data analyst teams, all these teams we have. Okay, we have got all these teams at the destination. Okay, so now can you guys tell me, can we directly supply this raw data to all these teams? Can we directly supply raw data to all these teams? Yes or no? Type in the chat box. Can we directly supply this raw data to all these teams? Yes or no, guys? Never. We cannot supply this raw data. Okay, AI, machine learning, data science teams cannot consume this raw data. Then what is the kind of data we need to supply? Can you guys type in the chat box? What is the kind of data we need to supply to these teams? What kind of data we need to supply to these teams? We need to supply fully processed business data. We need to supply what kind of data? We need to supply fully processed, okay, business ready data, okay, which is fully clean, fully structured, and okay, fully processed. So now, who will convert this raw data into fully processed business ready data? Who will convert this raw data into fully processed business ready data? Yes, meaningful data, fully processed business ready data or meaningful data. Yes. Who will convert this raw data into fully processed business ready data? Yes. That is done by data engineers. How will a data engineer convert this raw data from the source to fully processed business data in the destination? By building a data pipeline. By building the data pipeline. What is the data pipeline? A data pipeline, something looks like this. Inside the data pipeline, our data engineer performs three major actions. Can you guys tell me what are the three major actions a data engineer performs inside this data pipeline? Inside the data pipeline, what are the three major actions a data engineer performs inside the data pipeline? Yes, the answer is right. ETL. Okay, ETL, or it may be even be ELT. Okay, like this, ETL and ELT are only two kinds of pipeline. There are more than 8 different kinds of architecture pipelines. We'll even talk about this in all 8 different kinds of architectures in the actual classes. For our understanding, right now, we'll be discussing only one pipeline, that is ETL pipeline. Okay, so, the ETL. So now let's try to understand the extraction step. What do you mean by extraction? Extraction means we have to extract the raw data from different sources. What are the different sources of raw data? Okay, the raw data can be from a website. Can you guys type in different sources of raw data? It can be from a website, it can be from application, it can be from API, okay? It can be from SQL database, it can be from social media, right? It can be from social media like Facebook, Instagram. It can be from a CRM, okay? It can be from Salesforce, it can be from SAP, it can be from e-commerce background. Okay, what are the different formats of raw data? It can be from Netflix. What are the different formats of raw data? It can be in the form of JSON format. It can be in the XML format. Okay, it can be in the CSV format, any kind of format. There are hundreds of different sources of raw data. So now what do we do in the first step? We extract all this raw data into single place. Okay, this is called as data extraction. So can you guys tell me which tool in Azure do we use? For extracting the raw data from different sources? Yes, Jay Prakash, whatever you have written, different sources of data. Yes, we'll be using Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory can connect with different sources. It has 90 plus connectors. With the help of it, it can connect with different sources. It's a no-code tool. You don't need any kind of coding for it. It's just drag and drop. Okay, it's very easy to learn, and it is easy to learn, but there are a lot of tools and services inside. We'll be learning everything. Okay, inside it. So now, once you have extracted the raw data from different sources. So now, before transforming the data, we need to do one more step here. Can you guys tell me what step we need to do here in the small box? Fabric also we'll talk about. Fabric doesn't come here. Maybe we'll talk about the functions of Fabric at the end. Now, cleaning and transformation is done in this step. Okay. What is that we need to do here? Okay. In the small box, yes, we need to, as Abhishek Soman has answered, we need to store the data. Okay, guys, whoever has questions, okay, try to state in the end. I will give you in the equal interval. Once Salim, okay, try not to raise your hand. At the end, I will give you a chance to ask all the questions. So we need to store the data. So now, can you guys type in quickly in the chat box? Let's see who will answer first. What are the different kinds of storage spaces we have in Azure? Let's see who will answer first. What are the different kinds of storage spaces we have in Azure? S3 is not in Azure, it's AWS. Okay, yes, it's blob storage. Okay, maybe as Mr. Singh answered. Okay, blob storage and ADLS. Okay, these are the two. But we are focusing on Azure now. Okay, maybe ADLS. There are two kinds of storage spaces we'll be focusing on. First storage space is called as blob storage. Second storage space is called as ADLS, Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. So now, what is the difference between blob storage and ADLS Gen 2? Blob storage, we can only store small volume of data. We can only store small volume of data in the size of gigabytes. Okay, whereas ADLS Gen 2, Azure Data Lake Storage, here we can store big data. Here we can store big data. Okay, so now quickly, let's see who will answer first. Okay, when do we call any kind of data as big data? Type in the chat box. When do you call any kind of data as big data? When do you call any kind of data as big data? No, not a video data. When do you call any kind of data as big data? Nobody knows. It's very shocking. Huge amount of data. When we know from data from where it's coming, terabytes to petabytes. So Arvind Kumar has answered the right. Okay, in a very precise way. Maybe the answer given by Arvind is right. Okay. Okay. So what do you mean by big data? Any data which is in the range of terabyte to petabyte is called as big data. Okay. And to store this big data, we'll be storing this big data in 3 layers. What are the 3 layers? We'll be storing in bronze layer. Bronze layer. We'll be storing in silver layer. Silver layer. We'll be storing it in gold layer. So this approach of storing the data in 3 different layers is called as medallion architecture. This is called as medallion architecture. The approach of storing the data in 3 different layers is called medallion architecture. Why medallion architecture? Because bronze medal, silver medal, gold medal. This is in the form of architecture. That is the reason it's called as medallion architecture. Okay. I hope you guys are getting the clarity. So now let me ask this question, interview question. So now, if we have 10 GB of data, okay, can we store it in like ADLS Gen 2 also? If you have 10 GB of data, only 10 GB of data, can we store it in ADLS Gen 2? Yes or no? Can we even store it in ADLS Gen 2 only if you have 10 GB of data? Yes, we can store it. The answer is right. But what is the drawback if we store it 10 GB of data in ADLS Gen 2? What is the loss we are facing if we are storing in ADLS Gen 2? Yes. Okay. Absolutely yes. Cost wise. Because ADLS Gen 2 is very costly. It's the costliest service. It is only meant for big data. The service charges are very costly. Right? Why do you want to pay more for storing small volume of data? That is the reason we have to use anytime we have small volume of data, we have to focus on blob storage. Fine. So now we are done with extraction and storing or staging the data. The next step is we need to clean and transform the data. Which tool do we use for cleaning and transforming the data? Which tool do we use for cleaning and transforming the data, guys? Okay. Yes. No. ADF is used for transforming small volume of data, but to transform big data, as I can see, Jai Prakash has answered it right. Jai Prakash Yadav, we will be using Databricks. We'll be using Databricks. So inside Databricks, Okay, we have a big data processing engine. What is a big data processing engine? What we have inside Databricks, that is called as Apache Spark. Apache Spark. Apache Spark. Right? So now what is Apache Spark? Apache Spark is used for doing, okay, parallel processing or distributed processing. What do you mean by that? For example, okay, there is a requirement of transforming 500. So now this 500 TB of data is very huge. We cannot transform in a single server. That is the reason we distribute into 5 different servers. Okay, 100 TB here, 100 TB here, 100 TB here, 100 TB here, 100 TB here. This approach of transforming the big data into, okay, different server is called as parallel processing or, okay, distributed processing. For that, we will be using big data processing engines like Apache Spark. So can you guys name other big data processing engines apart from Apache Spark? What are the other big data processing, okay, engine? So apart from Apache Spark, yes, Hadoop, Scala, Kafka, these are the different big data processing engine. But yes, BigQuery comes in GCP, all right? I mean, these are the different cloud. So this is what we'll be using. Why is it we are using Apache Spark? Why not Hadoop and everything? Because the processing speed is very high with Apache Spark. Okay, so having said that, if you learn Apache Spark, working on Hadoop is also easy, working on Scala is also easy, working on Kafka is also easy, right? So now, one more question. So to communicate with Databricks and Apache Spark, we use a language. What is that language called as? To communicate with Databricks and Apache Spark, we'll be using a language. What is that language called as? Yes, absolutely right. Okay, so that is nothing but that is called as PySpark. That is called as PySpark. Okay, how many of you are new to PySpark? Can you just quickly type in new in the chat box? How many of you are new to PySpark? How many of you are absolutely new to PySpark? Okay, not to worry. Even if you are new to PySpark, before we start with Data Factory, we'll be learning PySpark, Python, okay, everything. Even if you do not know ABCD of Python also, we'll be helping you out learning this. Okay, not to worry on that part. So we'll be learning, okay, this part as well. This is all about data, okay, processing and transformation. Because one more thing, guys, the interview questions in Databricks will be difficult. Okay, so this more 90% of the candidates get rejected in data engineering interviews because of Databricks, not because Data Factory anybody can answer. Databricks is where the majority of them get rejected because the complexity is really high. But this is where you need to focus more. I'm telling you now itself. Okay, but it doesn't mean it's difficult, but most of them do not learn it in the right way. Do not do the right projects. Okay, they do some basic projects in Databricks and get to the interviews. That is the reason they are getting rejected. That will not work. We'll be doing like complex projects. We'll talk about that. So next thing is, okay, we have to load the data. Where do we load the data in Azure? Okay, we can load it into a database. We can be loaded into a SQL data pool. We can load it into a, okay, majority of the time the data is loaded into a data warehouse. DWH. What is the data warehouse in Azure called as? Can you guys type in the chat box? What is the data warehouse in Azure called as? Synapse Analytics. Okay, okay, Mr. Singh has answered. Okay, it's right. It's Synapse Analytics. So can you guys tell me, apart from Synapse, okay, outside Azure environment, which is a famous data warehousing? Yes, as Tanvi has answered, that is the right answer. Snowflake. Snowflake is not a part of Azure. Okay, Snowflake is not a part of Azure, but it is almost used in most of the projects. We'll be even talking about integration in Snowflake as well. Okay, we'll even talking about that as well. Synapse and from, okay, Azure as well. Okay, so now from here, we will be loading from this data warehouse, we'll be loading the data to all these teams. We'll be loading the data to all these teams. From these teams, AI teams, machine learning teams, and from here, all these teams will be working on the respective projects. They will be working on respective projects. Okay, they'll be working on respective projects. Okay, so this is how the ETL is performed. See, this is a simple architecture. So maybe it's a company to company, the architecture differ. I will show you there are different kinds of architecture. Okay, there may be different companies has different architectures. I will give you a document, okay, so that for you to understand what are the different companies, what the architecture gives. At the end, I will give you everything, not to worry. Flipkart, what is the architecture? For Netflix, what is the architecture? Everything I will share you. So right now, can you guys tell me which is the trending tool okay, of Azure Data Engineering right now in the market, which is the most trending tool, which every company wants, which is the most trending tool in Azure Data Engineering. Even AWS doesn't have that. Okay, even, yes. The first, it is answered by Abhishek Soman. As Abhishek Soman has rightly answered, it is nothing but Fabric. We'll be learning about Fabric. Okay, Fabric is absolutely zero code. Zero code. Everything is simplified. It's like 21st century. It is built for the future, right? This is the latest, okay, tool. We'll be learning about Fabric end-to-end as well. Okay, so for this, okay, the certification code for this is DP700. Along with this DP700, we'll be even helping you clear DP900 and also Databricks certified data engineer. 3 certifications will be covered in data engineer. Okay, so totally we'll be focusing on how many projects we'll be focusing on? Okay, we'll be focusing on 5 projects. First project's on Data Factory, second project on Databricks, third project on Data Warehouse, okay, fourth project on Fabric Data Engineer, okay, and 5th project on end-to-end project. Everything put together. E-commerce project, we'll be taking like supply chain project, insurance project, banking project, phone pay project, Flipkart project, Amazon project, different kinds of projects will be taking on. How much duration will it take for you to learn all of them? It will take around like 3.5 to 4 months. So if you are new to Python and SQL, not to worry, even that will be covered. So if anybody, so when can I start attending the interviews? You can start attending the interview calls. So today the date is like 5th of June, July, August. August 1st or 2nd week, you will be in a position to attend interview calls. Okay, for that, only thing is that you have to practice. As simple as that. So now I will share you the content, okay, end-to-end content that will be covered in data engineer so that you guys can go through it. You guys can get a clarity of what all things are covered. I will share you the content in the chat box. Okay, you guys can quickly go through it. Okay, this is the content for data engineering. Okay, end-to-end data engineering part. So I have shared in the chat box. Try to go through it. You'll get a complete clarity over it. Okay, complete clarity over it. So now let's summarize what we discussed so far. Okay, let's summarize what we discussed so far in data engineering part. Okay, first thing is what all things we discussed. Okay, first thing, what are the 3 core responsibilities what a data engineer does? Okay, design data pipelines. A data engineer does designing, building, and managing data pipelines. Okay, these are the 3 core responsibilities for data engineer. Okay, so now, what is a data pipeline? Data pipeline is something that connects source to destination. Okay, and so at the source, we have raw data. At the destination, we need fully processed business ready data. Right? What do you mean by raw data? Raw data means, okay, it is any data which is unprocessed, unstructured, and unclean raw data cannot be fed directly to AI, ML, or business intelligence teams. So now, who needs clean data? Who needs fully processed business? All these teams need fully processed business data. AI teams, machine learning teams, data science team, business intelligence team, data analyst teams. Right? So now, 3 steps in every data pipeline. These are the 3 major steps what each and every data pipelines need. Okay, what is that? Extracting the raw data from different sources, transforming, cleaning, and processing, and loading the annotated data. And what are the different sources of raw data? These are the different sources of raw data, right? Websites, applications, and all of it, right? Then Azure Data Factory, what we do, we connect, it has more than 90 plus different connectors. We extract the raw data from different sources, right? So maybe right, this is how it goes. Then we have got 2 kinds of storage spaces. What are the 2 different kinds of storage spaces? We have blob storage and ADLS Gen 2. Blob storage is used for storing small volume of data, and ADLS Gen 2 is used for storing big data. All right. And in medallion architecture, inside ADLS, we'll be storing the data in 3 layers: bronze layer, silver layer, and gold layer. All right. Bronze layer will be storing raw data. Okay, raw ingested data. Okay, silver layer will be storing cleaned and filtered data. Gold layer will be business ready. Will be storing business ready output data. Right? Databricks plus Apache Spark. Okay, Apache Spark is a big data processing engine for processing like parallel processing and all of it. We already discussed about this. Right? Then Azure Synapse is the data warehouse. Right? Where you supply the data to all this. This is how the complete architecture looks like. So, is it clear so far? Type in clear in the chat box. Okay. So we are done with layer number 1, data engineer. Okay, so now we'll be discussing about layer number 2, that is into DevOps. Type in clear in the chat box. Okay, fine. This is that. If you understand whatever you are seeing in the image, okay, I think you guys have to print this in your mind. Okay, if you understood this, rest everything is fine. Rest everything, how to work on all these things practically will be working in the actual classes. Okay, so now we'll be going to the second layer. Okay, and Fabric, we already talked about it. Okay, so now we'll be going to, okay, DevOps part. Okay, why every data engineer project needs DevOps. Okay, for that, let me open the job requirements. I hope this you guys can see. There are huge number of job requirements. You have dedicated placement team who will help you out with the job referrals. Okay, you do not have to worry about the job referrals and all. Let me show you the recent job requirements. As you can see, there are all these companies are recruiting: Infosys, TCS, Accenture, okay, HCL Technology, Tech Mahindra. Okay, in the column number G, you can see the kind of CTCs they are offering. KPMG is offering till 26 LPA. Okay, maybe rate 28 LPA, 16 LPA. Right, maybe rate 22 LPA, 28 LPA, 32 LPA. Walmart. There are like lots of. Let's go for 65 LPA. Microsoft is offering till 65 LPA, 55. Amazon. Right, 80 LPA. Google India, Walmart, Adobe. Okay, Deloitte. There are huge amount of companies. Right, but only one thing what I wanted to show is that if you search Control F and search for DevOps, can you see wherever you are seeing green? Okay, these are the companies who are expecting DevOps. They are expecting you to know DevOps for data engineering role. So now you may ask, like, why is that for a data engineering role? These companies are expecting DevOps skill. Previously, it was not. This is because of AI. The culprit for all these things, why data engineer is even asked to learn. Okay, the DevOps part is okay. Again, it's AI only, right? AI is the main culprit because the job roles are becoming easy. The jobs are okay clubbing together. That is the reason we have to learn this. So now, before that, now let's try to understand how DevOps architecture works. Similarly, like we understood data engineer, let's try to understand how DevOps works. Okay, so now let's, okay, 1 second. Okay, fine. Okay, so just assume that you are working in Amazon. Okay, so Amazon is a huge company, huge e-commerce company. Amazon has huge amount of sales. Amazon does huge amount of sales each and every second, grows together volumes of sales. That means the volume of the data which is getting generated is very high, and the velocity at which the data is getting generated is very high. Here is a data engineer. Here we have a data engineer. What will a data engineer do? As we already discussed, a data engineer will build data pipelines with the help of Data Factory, Databricks, and all those tools. We have already discussed this. Okay, how does he build data pipelines? Let's see. This is how he builds the data pipelines. Okay, data pipelines. This is how the data pipelines will be. So now let me ask you the question. Let me see who will answer first. Okay, again one question. So in a typical project, any kind of IT project, any kind of company, startup, okay, MNC, mid-level, product-based company, any kind of companies, how many number of data pipelines does a single data engineering team handle? The question is, how many number of data pipelines does a single data engineering team handles? Option number 1, less than 150 data pipelines. Option number 2, 800, greater than 800 data pipelines. Or option number 3, it depends on the project. What is the answer? Okay, Pawan Gowda says it depends. Jaiprakash says it depends. Okay, what about others? Okay, depends. Yes, the answer is absolutely right. It depends. Because if the project is very small, okay, then it will be 150 data pipelines. If the project is very huge, it might be more than 800 data pipelines. But majority of the time, it depends on the project. Okay, it depends. Generally, it will be in the range of 300 to 500. 300 to 500 in a company like TCS. For example, if there are 20 data engineers in a single team, okay, so and each and every data engineer builds and manages 20 data pipelines, Then totally 20 cross 20, there are more around 400 data pipelines that are handled in this TCS project. Okay, this is how it goes. Okay, I hope you guys are getting the clarity. So now there are so many pipelines, right? So now these pipelines, once the data engineering, till here the data engineering job is done. Till here, the data engineer work is done. So now, okay, so now we need to deploy to multiple servers. Server number 1, server number 2, server number 3, server number 4, server number 5. So can you guys tell me why do we need to deploy this data pipeline to multiple servers like server number 1, server number 2, server number 3, server number 4, server number 5? Can you guys tell me why do we need to deploy these data pipelines to multiple servers like this? Okay, why can't we deploy in a single server like this? What is the problem if we deploy like this? If we deploy all the data pipeline into a single server, what is the problem? Simple. If the server number 1 crashes or it is overloaded, then Amazon site will also crash. Amazon site will crash, then Amazon has to face huge amount of losses. Okay, that is the reason we have to deploy to multiple servers. For example, if the load on server number 1 is, okay, it's overloaded, the load will be transferred to server number 2. Then the load will be transferred to server number 2. If server number 2 is also overloaded, then load will be transferred to server number 3. Server number 3 is also overloaded, load will be transferred to server number 4. This is called as what? Load balancing. This approach is called as load balancing. First approach is called as load balancing. Second approach is called as disaster recovery. Disaster recovery. For example, recently Amazon, okay, Iran has bombed one of the data center of Amazon in Bahrain. Right? Right. Now, during that kind of disaster like war or tsunami or earthquake or fire outage, we need to have backup in multiple data centers. For example, if you build an application, okay, Zomato kind of an application, we need to have backup. Okay, we should have, if you are deployed in only Mumbai-based data center, okay, we should have backup in Chennai also. We should have backup in Hyderabad also. We should have backup outside India also. So that is for this reason we have to have backup in multiple. For this reason we have to deploy our data pipelines to multiple servers. We need to deploy our data pipelines to multiple servers. So deploying the data pipelines to multiple servers, what skills we should have? We need to have the DevOps skills, because with the help of DevOps skills only you can deploy the data pipelines to multiple servers. With the help of DevOps skills, you can deploy the data pipelines to multiple servers like this. So what are the skills we need in DevOps? Let's try to understand that. In DevOps, what are the kind of skills we need? The first and foremost skill what we need is we have to build CI/CD pipelines. Okay, build and automate CI/CD pipeline. Do we need any kind of coding for this? No, we need scripting. What do you mean by scripting? Scripting is nothing but lightweight programming language. It's very simple to learn. Okay, if you focus, you can learn it in 2 to 3 days itself. Okay, that's not a big deal at all. Okay, what is the scripting we need to learn? We need to learn YAML scripting and PowerShell scripting. May I know how many of you are new to scripting? Type in new in the chat box. How many of you are new to scripting? Okay, not to worry. Even if you are new to scripting, we'll be helping you. This is nothing yet. So guys, can you guys tell me which is the most powerful programming language right now in the world? Can you guys tell me? Type in the chat box. Which is the, let's see who will answer. This is a smart question. Okay, which is the most powerful programming language right now in the world? Absolutely wrong answer. Why? Right now the most powerful programming language is English. ENGLISH. Why? Because if you know English, if you know how to give a prompt to an AI engine, if you can give a prompt properly, it can generate, an AI model can generate 1,000 lines of code within few minutes. 1,000 lines of code within few minutes. That means, okay, you need not have to break your head on anything about coding. Coding development jobs are going away. It is getting flushed away. All right. So that is not the focus at all. Do not worry if you do not know coding also. No fear. Okay, we have AI tools to learn, but we should have some common sense, right? For example, if you're sitting in an exam, okay, maybe you are copying some question number 5, okay, from your friend. For you to copy also, you should know what is a question. If you do not know what question, what answer you should write, you will not, even after copying also, you will not be able to pass. That is the reason. For that purpose, we should have basic understanding of Python, SQL, and scripting and all. And along with that, we'll be even covering Linux part also. Why is Linux rated? Linux is very much known for security purposes. We'll be learning basic Linux commands also. Then second thing, we'll be learning about continuous deployment with the help of tools like Kubernetes, Docker. Then we'll be learning about continuous infrastructure provisioning with the help of Terraform. Okay. Then we'll be talking about monitoring tools. Okay, what do you mean by monitoring tools? For example, if the 500 data pipelines are built in a company like TCS, out of this 100 data pipelines are not working, how will you identify which of the 100 data pipelines are not working? How will you know which 100 data pipelines are not working? Right? For that, we'll be using monitoring tools. What are the monitoring tools? Can you guys name few monitoring tools in the chat box? What are the monitoring tools you guys know? Grafana, correct? Okay, Grafana, maybe different, like, so majorly here we'll be using Grafana, Prometheus, and Azure Monitor, right? So there are different, lot of tools, guys, right? We'll be majorly focusing on Azure Monitor, Grafana, and Prometheus, right? And number 5, we'll be working on end-to-end projects. Everything put together, you'll be working on end-to-end projects, right? So before everything, so I think most of you, how many of you are completely new to Azure portal at all? Never worked on Azure portal at all? Can you guys type in new in the chat box? Because all the things we are discussing, we have to do in Azure portal only, right? So all these things. So that is the reason for those who are new to Azure portal, not to worry. We will be first, okay, helping you learn AZ900. What is this? Azure fundamentals. You'll be learning everything about Azure portals. Okay, how the Azure portal works and everything. Once you have learned this, then we'll be doing, okay, cloud engineer, Azure infrastructure engineer, Azure admin, that is into AZ104, that is Azure admin. This is where we'll be doing more than 50 plus labs. Okay, after this, we'll be learning all those things. Then we'll be learning about clearing certification for AZ400, that's for DevOps, and then for AZ305, Azure Solution Architect. 4 certifications will be helping you clear. In this data engineering, we'll be clearing how much? DP900, okay, DP700, okay, and Databricks certified data engineer. So should we clear every certification? Not required. But we have to clear, you should clear 2 certification mandate. What is it? DP700 and AZ400. These are the 2 certifications which are very much, okay, important. It's really important. Without this, okay, you cannot expect interview calls. These are very important, right? I will give you the document where everything is mentioned. I will give you a roadmap of placement, which certification to write and everything. Stay till then, I will give you a proper placement roadmap. Each and everything in a crystal clear way. You may not have to even take a screenshot of this. Everything I have prepared a proper roadmap so that none of you get confused. Okay, these are the certifications you'll be focusing on. So in short, okay, in short, you have to become this guy. You have to become this big guy. Okay, who not only knows how to build data pipelines, but also knows, okay, how to deploy data pipelines. Okay, so now you can ask, will I not get a job if I learn only data engineering? You have to struggle. It is very simple. I have already showed you the job requirements. Almost 90-95% of the companies are expecting you to, okay, not only to build, but also deploy. For example, if you attend the interview, you may answer how to build data factory pipelines, you'll be able to answer. How to build Databricks pipeline, you'll be able to answer. How do you deploy this Databricks pipeline into multiple servers? You cannot answer, right? So it's one more question. The data pipeline is taking 3 hours of time. So how do you reduce the time taken, okay, for the deployment for the data pipeline from source, okay, for data to reach from source to destination from 3 hours to 1 hour? How can you reduce from 3 hours to 1 hour? All this comes under monitoring part. You will not be able to answer even that. Okay, how do you scale the data pipeline? You will not be able to even answer that. All that comes under DevOps part. Okay, maintaining, scaling, and all these things. Only building part is done learned in data engineering part. So that is the reason you have to learn everything. Okay, because of AI, the companies are expecting. Okay, maybe companies are expecting other things. Only if you had learned only data engineering, also you would have got fantastic job. But now the time has changed. Okay, I hope you guys are getting the clarity. So now let me share you. Okay, let me share your document which will give you a clarity how data engineering, okay, how data engineering and DevOps work together. So scenarios of different data engineering and DevOps working together. I have prepared a document. I have shared in the chat box. Try to go through this. This will give you a clarity on how data engineering and DevOps work. Okay, what are the different levels? Okay, you can go through. Along with that, I will even share you what are the contents, a detailed 5-level content. Okay, it's a detailed 5-level content for all the 5 levels. Okay, I have even shared you that. Okay, in the chat box. Okay, so now, okay, we have done the DevOps part. Let me quickly summarize this. Okay, let me quickly summarize this everything. So whatever we have learned. First thing, okay, DevOps. Why do we need to? First thing, what we learned. Why deploy to multiple servers? Reason number 1, load balancing. Reason number 2 is disaster recovery. Okay, maybe for this reason we need to deploy into multiple. Who will deploy to multiple servers? With the help of DevOps skills, right? With the help of DevOps skills only we can deploy. Okay, 90% of the companies are hiring data engineers. Okay, 90% of the companies want data engineers to have this DevOps skills, deployment skills. Okay, examples TCS, Infosys, all these companies, right? DevOps skills. What all things you need to learn? CI/CD pipelines, Linux, YAML scripting, okay, PowerShell scripting, Kubernetes, Docker, okay, Terraform, monitoring tool, end-to-end projects. Right? Do we need coding? No, we need scripting. Right? What is the difference between coding and scripting? Okay, coding is nothing but heavy programming, deep logic and algorithms are needed, but scripting is lightweight, learnable. Okay, if you focus just 2 to 3 days is more than sufficient. You can learn this. Okay, then what are the learning path of 5 levels? These are the 5 levels you'll be learning: Azure Fundamentals, Azure Admin, Azure DevOps, Azure Terraform, Azure Solution Architect. Solution Architect certification code is AZ305. Okay, and the certification code for DevOps is AZ400. All these 4 certifications will be covered. Okay, so now once you have done with it, now we'll be entering into third layer, which is GenAI. So are you guys clear with the layer number 2, that is DevOps? Just type in clear in the chat box. See, okay, just type in clear in the chat box. See, this I will tell you guys, these are not easy things to explain. Okay, maybe right, I am able to explain in an easier way. Okay, only when I have worked to the depth into this subject. Only somebody have worked into depth can explain that such easily. Somebody who is watching YouTube videos cannot explain. Somebody who is working on basic projects will not. Like in the actual classes, you'll be mentored by senior experts, who are already working to that level, who are already getting 50, 60, 70 lakhs, right? So that level of competence you'll be getting. First 2 levels we got an understanding. So now we will get into the third and the very important layer, that is nothing but Gen AI. Let's get into the third and the very important layer, that is Gen AI. Okay, in this Gen AI, what are the things we need to learn? Let's try to understand. These are the 3 things we'll be talking about. LLM, large language model, which is like a brain of the AI. RAG is like retrieval augmented generation. It's the memory of Gen AI, and agentic AI. It is like a robot of, which will automate the work 100 times more fast. Can you guys tell me how many of you are new to all these 3? How many of you are new to all these 3? Type in new in the chat box. How many of you are new to all the 3? Yes, guys, stay till the end. I will give you a lot of them were messaging me about the placement part and everything. Absolutely, yes. You will be getting all the placement, strategy at the end. I will give you the roadmap for it. For those who stay till the end, I will give you the complete roadmap for the placement. So we'll be learning about all these things in a step-by-step approach. Okay. So now let me show you in the form of image. Because until and unless we draw the image, because human brain functions in the form of images. So that's the reason. Let me explain you in the form of image. So now just imagine that this is you. This is you, and you are using a cell phone. On your cell phone, you are using ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? What is the full form of GPT? Generative Pre-trained Transformer. What is this ChatGPT? This is an LLM, large language model. What is an LLM? This is like a brain of Gen AI, right? So now this ChatGPT, just tell me 2 to 3 years back when this ChatGPT came, when you are asking questions in this ChatGPT, Okay, it was giving you all sort of stupid answers, right? It was giving you stupid answers. But today, when you ask any kind of questions, it will give you all sorted answers. Okay, today it gives you all sort of sorted answers. Why? Because it is trained really well. Okay, it is trained really, really well. Okay. Okay, how can you train this LLM models like ChatGPT? By supplying it with huge amount of data. What kind of data is ChatGPT trained on? ChatGPT is trained on entire data on the internet. Okay, ChatGPT, for example, is trained on the entire data on the internet. Let's assume this. Okay, this is the internet. This is the internet. ChatGPT is trained on entire data on the internet. Okay, with this, that is how it will be able to answer. For example, okay, if you have a baby, okay, the baby when it's small, when it is newly born, it doesn't have much data, so it cannot take any kind of decision. As it goes, it learns. It is from parents, school, friends, okay, a family, and everybody. As the baby grows, it becomes more and more smarter because it is learning more and more, and data is feeding it into baby's mind, and it can take better decisions. The more experiences are fed into this baby, the more better the life this baby will lead once it grows up. Okay, that is the reason. Okay, it is told when the baby is around like zero, remember it from till the age of 4 to 7. Okay, whatever the kind of learnings you give to any kind of baby, whatever the programming you give, that is what it becomes in the rest of the life, because here the programming is very raw. Right? Similarly, the same thing applies for even LLM models like ChatGPT as well. Okay, so you have to supply huge amount of data. Okay, so that you set the context of what kind of responses it gives. The only drawback of ChatGPT kind of model is okay, only drawback is that, for example, if you are working in company like TCS, okay, just imagine that this is TCS, okay, TCS project, okay, and TCS project is private, and this is a project of one of the client of TCS. So now, can you tell me, will the client of TCS allow TCS to upload their client's data into ChatGPT? Yes or no? No, never. Okay, because this data is confidential, right? If they upload, then everybody will be misusing that. For that reason, what must TCS do now? TCS must build their own GPT, like TCS GPT. Okay, TCS GPT, which is only pertaining to this project. So now you are here. So now if you are asking any kind of question, you should get answer only about this project. Okay, this is an LLM, large language model. What is LLM? LLM is nothing but brain of Gen AI. This is nothing but brain of Gen AI. Okay, so now let's define the project. Let's define this project. For example, in this TCS project, there are two layers: data engineering layer and DevOps layer. Why data engineering DevOps layer? You guys already know, right? So so we have a brain. That is, we have built the brain. Okay, but will the brain function without memory? Will the brain function without memory? Never. For that reason, we need to build a memory layer. This is how the memory layer is built. We have to build the memory layer here. The memory layer of this Gen AI is called as RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. There are 7 steps of how to build RAG, okay, which we'll be discussing in the actual classes. So now it has the complete memory about this project. So now this is the memory. We have the brain, we have the memory, right? So now when you ask any kind of question to this TCS GPT LLM, this LLM will go to RAG and search for the answer. Once you find the answer, it will give you the response back. Okay, so response back, you'll be getting the answer response back. For example, if you ask how many data pipelines are there in TCS project, the answer will be 500 data pipelines. Okay, how many data pipelines are not working? 40 data pipelines are not working. Can you fix the data pipelines? Okay, these 40 data pipelines. Yes. How? The answer is with the help of agentic AI. Okay, for that reason, we need to build one more layer. Okay, that layer is nothing but, that layer is none other than, we have to build that layer for agentic AI. This is the agentic AI layer. This layer is called as agentic AI layer. Okay. So now what does this agentic AI does? Okay, agentic AI is like a robot. You have to train that robot first. You have to train it with huge amount of data. What is our actions? What is that we are training the agentic AI for? So that this agentic AI should be able to fix whatever the 40 data pipelines are not working. It should be able to fix any kind of scenario given. It should be able to fix. For that, we have to train this agentic AI how to do the task and how to fix this in a various kind of scenario. Huge amount of data we need to feed it with. Okay, based on that, it will be able to give you better responses, better answers, right? The more the data, maybe as the baby, with age it matures. Similarly, agentic AI models also will mature with more and more data you feed with. Okay, on the day one, do not expect it to solve all the problems. It will gradually give you sorted answers. Okay, that is what the beauty of agentic AI is. Okay, what is the difference between agentic AI and AI agents? What is the difference between agentic AI and AI agents? Anybody? Okay. Agentic AI, AI agents can only, for example, if you ask an AI agent, book me a cab, from my place to, book me a cab to airport, at 4 p.m. Okay, what will AI agent do? It will search in one platform, Rapido. There is no cabs. It will stop the work. But agentic AI, agentic AI, it's a combination of multiple agents. Okay, and if there is no cab available on Rapido, it will go to other Ola. It will go to Namayatri. It will go to other platform. If there are no cabs available, it will check what are the alternate option, and somehow it will find the solution. So you have given the task, it will not come back to you. It is more intelligent. It's like an experienced employee. You do not have to tell it. It can think for its own. For example, you can think it like Robo. I think you have watched Robot movie, right? In that, Rajnikant, human Rajnikant builds a chitti, that is a robo. And this robo is super intelligent. It can do the task without even asking its owner, right? And it becomes so intelligent, right? That is how the intelligence is built in agentic AI. Okay, so that is the reason we will be needing agentic AI. So these are the 3 layers we'll be focusing on. What are the 3 layers we need? The first layer, what we'll be learning is this LLM layer. This is like brain of the Gen AI. Second layer is RAG. This is like a memory layer of Gen AI. And the third layer is agentic AI layer. Okay, this is the third layer, which is nothing but robot of Gen AI. Okay, so this is how it goes. Now let me share you the content for what all things are covered, so that you guys can go through it, so that you guys can get a clarity of what all things are covered in Gen AI. So here is the content. Okay, I have shared you in the chat box. Okay, if you guys can open it, you'll be getting a complete clarity about what all things are covered. As you can see, what you'll be able to do. Okay, you'll be able to build AI-powered assistants using LLM racks. Okay, design LLM applications using OpenAI, Bedrock, Gemini. Okay, automate autonomous AI agents using LangChain, QA. A lot of tools will be using. These are the different tools we'll be using. As you can see, Azure, AWS, different tools will be using. Okay, so you guys can go through it. You'll be getting complete clarity. Okay, so totally we'll be working on 13 projects. Okay, 13 projects. So what are the 13 projects we'll be working on? Let me give you these are the 13 projects we'll be working on. 5 projects on data engineer. Okay, 5 projects on DevOps, and 3 projects on Gen AI. These are the 13 projects we'll be working on. Okay, so I am sharing you this also in the chat box. Go through this. Okay, 13 projects and the Gen AI part. Okay, go through this, all the 13 projects, or how exactly it goes, how does the project look like. Okay, everything. Okay, just working on 1 or 2 projects. Most of the programs in India will focus on 1 or 2 projects, and that is not sufficient. You have to go depth. Okay, so this 13 projects I can give you written on bond paper, right? If you're working on this certain project, even after working on 13 projects, if anybody does not get a job, okay, maybe whatever the fees you invest, okay, will refund each and every single rupee back to you without asking any kind of question. Because we know it's impossible for anybody to not get a job. You'll be flooded with offer letters. Multiple offer letters you'll be getting with skills, okay, what we are talking about. Okay, so this is how the complete things go. Now let's summarize what we discussed so far. Okay, let's summarize. Okay, So like what we discussed so far. Okay, so LLM. What is LLM? LLM is like the brain. The baby brain needs training. Untrained, it cannot make decisions. Well trained, it becomes powerful. ChatGPT 3 years ago, 4 answers. This is how it goes. Okay, RAG. RAG is the memory layer. We need to build memory. Okay, how you build memory, we already saw. Right? Like that agentic AI, the robot. Okay, it automates the task. Okay, and that most of them I can tell you from the previous batch also who were okay, they literally tell whatever the works are, whatever the work I was doing previously in 1 week, I am able to do in 2 hours because of this agentic AI, right? And like, so which is the most powerful programming language we already discussed? It is nothing but English. Why? Because you just need to give pure prompt. You'll be able to get any kind of code, 1,000 lines of code within no time, right? The structure, how the complete program is organized. Okay, first, data engineering and DevOps will be taking it parallelly. So take careful attention. I am telling you the complete structure of the program now. 3 layers: data engineering, DevOps, and GenAI. You guys already know, maybe how both the things work. All right, data engineering and DevOps will be taking parallelly. Then after that, you'll be learning GenAI. Right. So data engineering and DevOps will take around like 3.5 to 4 months, or a little bit more than 4 months. Okay. However, you can start attending the interview calls after second or third month itself. Right. The classes will be parallel. 3 classes of data engineering in the morning, or DevOps in the evening. Okay, or vice versa. Okay, if you are occupied with morning or evening, you can take it in the weekend also. Right? How it works? Let's see. So this is of the class schedule. If you want, you guys can take a screenshot of this class schedule. Take a screenshot of this. Okay, there will be 2 kinds of batches. Okay, 3 kinds of batches: morning batch, evening batch, and weekend batch. Okay. So if you are taking morning classes, it will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 to 8:30 a.m. Okay. Evening classes, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 9 to 10:30 or 9:30 to 11. Right. For example, if you are taking data engineering classes in the morning, okay, you can take DevOps classes in the evening, or vice versa. For example, if morning or evening, by any chance, if you're not able to take, you can even take the weekend classes as well. And every Sunday, 9 to 11, we'll be having interview preparations. Interview preparation. For example, everybody knows you have worked on the projects, but most of them do not know how to present, how to answer it in the right way. Okay, if the questions are twisted, you are not able to answer. Okay, how can you become smart to understand any kind of twisted questions by the interviewer? All those things will be learning in the interview preparation, resume building. All those things will be learning in this weekend. Every Sunday, 9 to 11, we'll be learning about this part. Okay, so new batch. Okay, maybe we'll be starting from tomorrow. Maybe Python. Maybe those are all. Maybe this. No, all the classes are live. Okay, maybe recorded classes. These are complex classes. With the recorded classes, do you think you'll be able to do all these things? Never. Zero. See, maybe if I'm telling morning classes this time, evening classes this time, okay, why will I tell all these things? Okay, for the recorded sessions. Okay, maybe why will I tell all this? Okay, tell in the recorded classes. No, this is not the recorded classes. These are live classes. Yes, classes will be recorded. You'll be getting the access to the recorded classes as well. Okay, tomorrow 9 p.m. you'll be having class on Python. If you have already enrolled, well and good. If not enrolled, connect with the team. Okay, connect with the team. For first 7 participants, you'll be getting maybe you'll be getting 7 more bonuses, like multiple courses bonuses also will be getting. And before that, let me talk to you about 13 projects. Okay, hands-on, real-time industry data. Okay, proper data related projects. What are the 13 projects you'll be working on? Data engineering projects. Okay, project number 1 on Data Factory, project number 2 on Databricks, project number 3 on Synapse, project number 4 on Fabric, project number 5 on end-to-end project. Okay, then DevOps projects, project number 6 on CI/CD pipelines. Okay, project number 7 on Docker and Kubernetes. Okay, Docker and Kubernetes. Project number 8 on Terraform. Okay, and monitoring project number 9 and end-to-end project. And then GenAI projects, LLM, RAG, okay, and agentic AI. You'll be working on all these 13 projects in a systematic way. Okay, so you'll be working on real-time projects like e-commerce data sets, healthcare data sets, stock market data sets, supply chain data sets, IoT and streaming data. Okay, that is how it goes. Okay, I hope you guys are getting the clarity. So now we'll be talking about the placement approach. Okay, placement approach. So now you guys have got the clarity of all the 3 layers, how data engineering work, how DevOps work, and how agentic AI works. So now we will talk about the placement approach. Okay, so how to get placed? What are the strategies for getting placed? Okay, pay careful attention for this. Okay, once we have done with this, okay, I will open the forum for questions. You guys can ask any kind of questions once done with this part. So now, placement part. Okay, so on an average, I can tell you, okay, maybe right, each one of you will get bare minimum 2 offer letters. Okay, to get 2 offer letters, okay, you need to do, okay, 4 things. What are the 4 things you need to do? Let me explain it. To get 2 offer letters, you need to do 4 things. What are the 4 things you need to do? First point. Let me use this thing. Okay, what are the 4 things you need to do to get offer letters? First and foremost part on the placement approach is you need to work on 13 plus projects. All the 13 projects you need to work on. Okay, what are the 13 projects? You guys already know. Okay, because real-time projects, not the dummy projects, not the YouTube-based projects, proper projects. Second point is you need to get certified on certifications, at least 2 certifications, global certifications. We cover 7 certifications. Or what are the 7 certifications that is covered? Data engineering certification, okay, DevOps certification. In data engineer, we cover 3 certifications. What are this? DP 900, okay, DP 700, okay, and Databricks certified data engineer. In DevOps, AZ 900, okay, AZ 104, okay, AZ 400, and AZ 305. Okay, among this, which are the 2 certifications you must and should clear? These are the things. AZ, this part, DP 700 and AZ 400. Very much must and should. Okay, the passing score will be like out of 1000, you need to score 1000. Okay, out of 1000, you need to score 700. How to clear this and all will guide you. Okay, this is must and should. And if you are not clearing this, you may not get good number of interview calls. Second point is all about you need to work on 2 certifications. First is 13 projects. Second one is working on 2 certifications. Once you're done with this, third point is you need to show at least, you need to project at least minimum of, okay, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years of experience. As you're already, you should show that you're already working as a data engineer. Okay, if you are a beginner, you can show 1 or 2. Okay, if you are from non-IT, you can show 1 or 2. If you're already working in IT, you can show 2 to 3. If you're already working in data related field, you can show even 4 to 5 years of experience. What do I mean by showing this experience? Let me give you some example. For example, okay, if you take, for example, there one. Okay. For example, if you take this example, so if a candidate, okay, somebody is working into, just imagine like having 15 years of experience, okay, or let me take lesser experience, having 7 years of experience, okay, and he is working into some IT role, some random IT role, and he is getting around like just imagine like some 15 LPA package. So now this guy can easily show, okay, out of 7 years, he can show at least 2 years of experience as a data engineer. 2 years of experience as a data engineer by adding projects that are covered here and by added certifications that are covered here. Okay, by doing this, you will get good amount of entry calls. From 15 LPA, he can easily get a switch to at least around like 25 LPA. That is possible. Okay, even bare minimum at like 20 to 25 LPA or 28 LPA, he can easily get. So this is on like one IT background experience. And similarly, previously we have even seen the highest CTC from another participant is somebody, okay, from a senior software engineer background was already getting 42 LPA. He got a switch to 72 LPA. I'm not telling everybody can get 72 LPA, but this is the highest CTC in Indian market. For an abroad market, there are even participants who are getting 1 CR, 1.5 CR also, but 1 CR, 1.5 CR is very rare in Indian market because as you know, the dollar rates, okay, are very much growing nowadays when compared to Indian rupees. That is the reason you cannot expect crores together packages in Indian market. In very rare, 1 or 2 participants really can get. Okay, so that is how it goes. If you are from non-IT background also, you can get it. If you are from a civil background, somebody was asking, if you are from a sales background, right? Then you can tell in your company, every company, even civil company, even sales company will also have IT departments. You can tell in the IT department, you got an opportunity to work on data engineering with the help of IJT. So how to show this experience, how to build okay, the resume around this, the team will guide you. That is the reason I tell you that every Sunday 9 to 11 we'll be discussing on interview preparation sessions. How to show the experience. Okay, so how to show the experience, all these things will be added. So that is the reason. Even say it will not. That is the reason. How to manage this IJP, how to manage the reliving lead, everything will be discussed in the this 9 to 11 classes, Sunday classes. Not to worry, that is not a big deal at all. If you have worked on these projects, if you have worked on your certifications, all these things, small things can be easily managed. That is not a big deal at all. All right, because if you say that I just completed the course, okay, I have just completed the course, I'm now looking for the job, give me a job, nobody will give you. Okay, maybe right, you have to show, okay, you have to properly show the experience, 1, 2, 3, 4 years of experience. No, it will not be one-on-one, it will be a batch training. Okay, it will be a batch training. Okay, fine, I hope you got that. No matter what experience you have, okay, you have to show at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 years of experience. So once you have done with all these things, finally you'll be attending mock interview calls. Okay, you'll be attending mock interviews, okay, interview preparations and everything. And finally, okay, once you are clear the mock interviews, then you'll be getting the referrals. How many referrals you'll be getting? See, once you clear the mock interview, I can tell you, you need max to max around like, okay, if you get 5 to 10 interview calls, you'll be getting good offer letters. Okay, it's impossible that, okay, who needs more interview calls? Those who are not prepared. Okay, those who are not prepared, even if you are given with 100 interview calls, you'll not get offer letter. If you are properly prepared, if you get at least 10 to 15 interview calls, you'll get at least like 2 to 3 offer letters. 10 to 15, you can easily extract 4 to 5 offer letters. Okay, you just the thing is that you need to be smart. Okay, how to work on this, everything will guide you on this part in a step-by-step way. So now let me summarize what we discussed. Okay, easily each one of you will get 10 to 15 interview calls. For this, you need to clear the mock interviews. Only after that, you'll be getting this, okay, interview call. You should do the projects, you need to complete the certifications, then clear the mock interviews, then you'll be getting the referrals. Okay, till the time you get placed, you'll be getting the referrals. Okay, then. So what is the fourth step? A placement approach. This is the formula. First, you need to work on projects, 13 real-time projects. Okay, not from YouTube, proper projects. Okay, what we guide you. Global certification, DP 700 and AZ 400 you need to do, and then you should show experience on your resume that you are already working on data engineering, like 1 to 2 years of experience. Then finally, mock interviews, resume building. Okay, and every Sunday we'll be focusing on that part. So then certification. So these are the certifications. Must have. This is not 104. This is like AZ 400. AZ 400. This is not 400. This is AZ 400. This and this is a must have. Okay. Others are optional. Other certifications are optional. Okay. How to show experience? So this is what. If you guys want, you can take a screenshot. How to show experience. For example, this is one of the use case of one of the participant, Vishal, who had 7 years of experience in TCS. He was working into L2 support engineer. He was getting 11 LPA. Okay, used internal job posting to show 2 years of experience as a data engineer. Okay, result switched to 19.5 LPA, 77% of a salary hike. Okay, so this is how you use it. Okay, career gap. If you have a career gap, okay, then not a problem. You can fill the career gap with the experience documents. So we do not provide any kind of experience document, but however, if you want any kind of a reference of the vendors, connect with the team, they will help you out. Okay, so maybe you can even show project yourself as a freelancer as well to fill the career gap. Okay, so real-time interview questions will be asked. Real-time interview questions. How the real-time interview questions will be? Let me show you. So that let me give you a clarity on how the interview questions will be asked. Okay, so can anybody read this question number 1? I just want you to give a taste of how the interview questions will be asked in the interview. Can anybody unmute yourself and read this question number 1? Can anybody unmute yourself and read this question number 1? Anybody?
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it is about real-time data processing challenge. Your company processes real-time IoT sensor data. How do you design a low-latency, scalable pipeline using Azure Data Factory, Azure Stream Analytics, and Azure Synapse Analytics? So this is the first point. And second is, how do you optimize your query performance when dealing with high-velocity streaming data? These are the
Yes, this is how the questions will be asked. Do not expect basic questions, guys. This is how the scenarios based questions will be asked, right? You will be able to answer this question only once you work on right projects. Okay, if you are working on only basic things, you will not be able to answer these questions, right? So Arvind, can you read this question on data migration? Question number 6.
Yeah, managing large scale data migration. So your organization is migrating a 10 terabytes on premises as SQL Server database to Azure Synapse Analytics. How do you plan and execute this migration with minimal downtime? And the second one is how do you handle schema drift and data validation post migration?
Yeah, there will be. This is 100% confirmed question. Okay. Okay, they might tell you to transfer the data. How do you migrate the data from different sources? It may be from Informatica, from like any kind of mainframe to cloud. They will ask you this question for sure. Okay, migration related questions are must. Okay, okay, you should be ready with this kind of questions, right? Then, okay, read the question number 7. This is on DevOps. How do you deploy data pipelines? Can you read this, Arvind?
Sure. Yeah, automating data pipelines deployment. So first one is your team wants to implement CI/CD for Azure Data Factory. What tools and strategies would you use to ensure seamless deployment and rollback? And the second part is how do you set up infrastructure as code using Terraform or Bicep for an Azure Data Engineer environment?
Yeah, this is how exactly the DevOps related questions should be asked. Okay, there are a lot of questions. How many of you need access to this interview document? Just type in me in the chat box. Along with this, I will even share you the access of complete placement strategy. I told you at the start, right? Okay, the complete placement blueprint, as you can see, complete CTC, how much CTC you guys can expect, what is the CTC, okay, everything is there. Okay, I will give you the access to this entire stuff along with the interview. Normally, this interview document is shared after completion of 50% of the training. Not only one, there are like hundreds of documents we'll be sharing. Okay, but for now, I will share you this. I just need one favor, guys. Okay, one favor from you because we have been spending time. I think we have spent more than 100 minutes. Okay, from the time we started this session. Okay, so I want you guys to share what is the experience, what did you learn today, what is the key takeaway you got from this session. Okay, I want you guys to share this on the link what I've shared in the chat box. Okay, once shared, you guys need to submit that, take a screenshot and share me the screenshot on the WhatsApp 9900136885. I have shared you, okay, maybe right, I have shared you the link. And okay, Deepak, thank you very much, but please go ahead and use the link so that, right, everybody, all others who have not attended the sessions also get the experience what you guys have. Just share your experience on the link what I've shared with. Take a screenshot and share the screenshot on my WhatsApp number. I will share you all the things, okay, whatever I have committed, like interview document and placement strategy on your WhatsApp number. I will share it across to you. Okay, so this is how it goes. Okay, I can see almost 6-7 of you have already share the screenshot, but however, once the session is done, I will share you all the details. Okay, so that is how it goes. So now, okay, before there are a lot of things, guys, because it's not easy to present so many things non-stop in a very easy to understand way, because for that you should have a lot of patience, lot of energy, and all of this, because right intent first of all. Okay, how the interview questions will go, and then so now first thing you need to ask, like, there are hundreds of training programs, okay, available in the thousands of training programs in the market. Okay, what differentiate you guys? I think you guys have already got the answer, but let me guys, what I think it's already written, 9900136885. You can see this here, it's already written here. Take a screenshot and code it here. For the fees and all, guys, do not text me. For the fees and all, that the team will help you out. No, not here. Okay, share it on the WhatsApp, not here. You need to submit that completely and end to end submit question and directly share that. So now, yes, if you guys have any kind of questions, type in the chat box. What questions you guys have, quickly type in the chat box. I will take that. Type in your questions. Prasad, type in your questions. Whoever has whatever the kind of questions, like Mr. Singh, you can connect with the team. They will help you out with the fee structure, wherever we got the WhatsApp number to join in the session. Whatever the questions you guys have, type in the questions in the chat box, guys. I will take up your questions. Okay. So do we have LMS on the? Yes, you'll be getting recording access also. Maybe let me share you how the recordings will be. let me show you how the recordings will be. You'll be getting access of the previous batch recording as well. Okay, and you'll be getting the lifetime access of the recording. Okay, the lifetime access of the recording, but the live classes you can access only till 1 year. You can attend the live classes 1 year. This is how the batch goes. For example, if you can take the example of, so I think Sayed, wherever you got the message to join in the session, connect back, message back there, message back the message there. Wherever you got the message to join the session, connect back there, they will help you out. All right. So as you can, this is how the classes will be. This is how the classes will be. All the project sessions you will have. Okay, as you can see, all the projects. This is one of the completed batch. Okay, interview questions. Okay, materials, projects. Okay, lot of things. Projects, interview questions. Okay, like each and everything. How interview materials, books, everything will be there. Okay. So I can see, okay, let me take the questions of Jayaprakash. I have 10 years of experience with the ETL testing now. I want to switch to data engineering role. Is it too late or can still switch? Absolutely not a problem, Jayaprakash. You can still switch. Okay, the good part about your profile is you already know ETL. Okay, on your profile, I can tell you, you can easily show at least 2 to 3 years of experience. Okay, maybe whatever the package you are getting, maybe I can assume that from 10 years of experience of ETL, you might be getting in the range of 10 to 25 LPA, somewhere in this range. Okay, so you can easily expect around like whatever the cities you are getting, you can expect 50 to 80% hike. Absolutely, you can easily do. You are already doing whatever the job requires. Then, sir, what should a fresher do? So, fresher in the sense, if you are a fresher, you need to show at least 6 months to 1 year of 6 months to 1 year of internship certificate. Right, we'll be giving you the internship certificate. You can, as a fresher, you can expect a package in the range of 8 to 15 lakhs. Don't expect more. Who will do? You will be mentored by senior data architects, Deepak, who are already getting 50, 60, 70 LPA, top-notch level. Okay, maybe not some basic, right? Because this requires a lot of skill. Okay, because no basic mentor can teach you, because this is like top-notch thing. You can attend any number of batches till 1 year. So let me take the question of Prasad. I have 13 years of experience and transition towards data engineering is the right step at this point. If yes, how can I get then current salary of the same level as a data engineer? First, Prasad, one thing what is missing in your profile is you did not share what is that you're working on. Okay, based on that only I can tell you. So what about Azure subscription? So Sri Hari, okay, we'll be working on, okay, first month you'll be getting for free. Okay, from second month, okay, so a lot of for Databricks and all, you can use community edition. We will be working on free itself. Community edition is free, but certain services are paid. For that, you need to spend at least around like 300 to 500 rupees per month. Why so much less, you can ask, right? Because we'll be deleting the services then and there itself, right? So not to worry how to set up the account and everything will not make you spend much. It is very limited thing. Sometimes will be create in a batch will be around like 25, 30 plus participants. Okay, there will be a batch of 5 to 6 candidates made. Okay, and a single account will be created for that. You'll be working on the single account. So how to work on around an account and all, there are a lot of hacks will be helping you. You will not be spending much. Do not worry. So can I get today's recording also? Yes, you'll be getting that, Prasad. Not to worry. Once the session is done, connect with the team. They will help you out with this recording as well. So if you're already working on testing jobs or development jobs are already reducing maybe rate. Yes, Prasad. You can show at least around like 2 to 3 years of experience, Prasad. Okay, so maybe 2 to 3 years of experience is very much important. 13 years of experience in graphic designer. So Anand, you are working from a non-IT background. Okay, maybe you can expect in the range of 10 to 15. Okay, maybe that's not getting a job of 10 to 15 lakh is very easy in data engineering. Only thing is that you are from a graphic background. So maybe you have to, you can spend, if you practice regularly, 10 to 15 is not a big deal. So Vaibhav, 10 years of experience in Tableau developer. Okay. Tableau people, Power BI people, ETL people, it's very easy to learn data engineering. This program will be very easy for you because you're already working on data related background. Okay, so Vaibhav, you can easily show 2 to 3 years of experience. Okay, it's very easy. Even Bhushan, even for you, it will be very easy because you are a part of a BI team. Okay, and you are already knowing SQL and everything. So maybe so you can expect 50 to 80%, even 50 to 100% hike. Good hike you can expect. For showing 2 to 3 years of experience, candidate knowledge, do I need to learn data engineering? See, all the 3 things are, so no matter if you're applying for beginner role, if you're applying for senior role, okay, all the 3 things are becoming mandatory. Okay, only thing is that the project level will increase. For example, okay, Arvind, okay, so if you talk about a Java, for somebody is a Java developer. There is a Java developer who is getting 4 lakh also. There is a Java developer who is getting 40 lakh also. What is the difference between a 4 lakh Java developer and 40 lakh Java developer? A 40 lakh Java developer is working on more advanced projects. Skills might be the same programming language, but the project intensity changes. Okay, that is the reason you have to learn all. So here I am a graduate of BCom, 9 years of experience into EDI with API. For data engineer, is it required? BTech. No, not necessary. There are even candidates, okay, from diploma background also getting. See, at the end of the day, this is an experienced job role. The projects what you work on is more important than your graduation. Okay, if you have good project skills, your background doesn't matter. Okay, in the worst case scenario, I can even give you an example of the candidate who have just 12th pass, even has got a job in data engineering. Okay, the companies like TCS, okay, Infosys will not give a job for 12th pass, but there are a lot of startups who can give you for 12th pass, but you can get good jobs in good companies itself, BCom background. My son salary in non-IT is 5 right now. How much can I expect for 7 years of experience? You can expect in the range of 8 to 12 lakhs or maximum 15 lakhs. 8 to 12 lakhs is 10 to 12 lakhs is a decent expectation. Second, okay, don't expect more than that. If you expect more than that, then the job will be difficult and you may have to struggle to get the job role. 10 to 12 lakhs is a good thing. If somebody want to start the session after 10 days, will there be new batch? See, at the end of the day, the market conditions right now, Jay Prakash, is fantastic. All right, fantastic in the sense. So right now, if you start, this is June, July, August. Okay, August, September, October. Before October, you should have your placement. You should have your job. If you are not getting job before October, then November, December, there will be no placement. January, there will be no placement. You have to wait till next year, right? Okay, remember it will be delayed a lot. So timing is really important. So that is the reason right now we are starting maximum number of batches at this moment of time. It's the right timing. Okay, if you are committed, if you have any kind of commitment, you registered yourself, watch the recording during this 10 times and again match up with the classes within this time. So Shri, okay, I am working as an application analyst with 4.7 years of experience. So you can show 1 or 2 years of experience. Shri Vatsan. Prasad, I have 3 years of experience in digital marketing. For non-IT people, you can show 1 or 2 years of experience. Okay, 1 or 2 years of experience, 8 to 12 lakhs or 8 to 15 lakhs package. How much months of this is a course? As I told you, data engineering and DevOps, let me show you the duration. I think I have already told you the duration. Let me show you the duration once again for those. Okay. So the duration. Okay. So for data engineering, okay, data engineering and DevOps will take, as you can see, this is the duration here. As you can see, data engineering and DevOps will take 3.5 to 4 months, around like 4 months, and Gen AI will take 8 to 10 weeks after completion of layer 1 and layer 2. Okay, Prasad, okay, fine. How many months is for the course? I have already answered that. Overall 16 years, 5 years of experience in data engineer. I think if you're already working on data engineer, okay, maybe right, Kuru Murthy, you can easily show three, whatever the 5 years of experience you have showed, you can show in the cloud data engineer. I think you might be working on on-prem data engineer. Right now, you can show in the cloud data engineer. Okay, 4 to 5 years of experience you can easily show. And like Sharanu, I have 4 years of experience in Power BI and I have knowledge on SQL. Then maybe it will be very easy. Maybe right? So hike in the sense, Sharanu, maybe right, easily can expect in there is a 50 to 100% hike. It depends on what you are getting. Like it depends on how you present as well. 10 years of experience in SQL, Oracle, Dev. Maybe those guys, Shashank, okay, Sharanu, for you guys, it will be very easy to get into data engineering because you're already working in data related. Having said that, it doesn't mean that for others it will be difficult. Even others it will be. The only thing is that for those who have already knowledge on data, they will be easily learning will be very easy for you guys. So Shashank, 10 years of experience. Okay, I'm working on ETL developer Informatica. Informatica is Vinod, on-prem ETL tool. Then 15 LPA you are already getting, 14 years of experience. So now the next goal should be you should aim for a package in the range of 25 to 30, not less than that. I would suggest you should aim for 30 LPA. For that, you need to work on more advanced projects, because your number of years for 14 years, 15 lakhs is very less. For 14 years, you should have been in a package of 30 plus. So right now, you should work harder on more advanced projects and try to aim for a package of 30 LPA. Worst case scenario, 25, not less than 25. So I have 25 years of experience in application development, but in manufacturing unit. And now I'm working in a facility management service industry application. Okay, application head. Maybe right, I think that you have a lot of experience. Okay, Nitin, for those who are already having the age of more than 45, okay, I would suggest you can even get a job. Along with the job, I would suggest you like work for in the IT industry job for like 2 more years, and then you will have a fantastic opportunity. If you have real project experience, you can become a consultant, freelance cloud consultant, okay, data consultant, where you can earn $20 to $30 per hour if you're really good at your work. Okay, will even show you like how to get the freelancing work. Okay, even those who are already working, if you guys are really working, if Saturdays and Sundays you can take some extra projects, right? Then you will be getting paid on like $20 to $30 per hour. That is very fantastic if you are really good at your work. How to get the freelancing work also, if you want, if anybody is interested, we'll even guide you on that part, right? Not to worry on that. Nitin, you can go this part. So sir, I am data analyst. This is best. Like data analyst is jobs are going down. Syed Sarfaraz, data engineering के job नीचे जा रहे हैं. Why is the data analyst jobs are reducing? Because data analyst job is only to generate report by using tools like Tableau, Power BI, Python, SQL, different kind of tools. This job can be done by AI. Okay, whatever the job you do in like 30 days, it can be done by an AI tool within 1 hour. Right? That's the reason data analyst jobs are reducing. Data engineers. Okay, you can get into data analyst. Okay, even Mr. Raut and Syed, both of you can get into data engineer. Only so thing is you have to show 1 or 2 years of experience. So Syed, what should the laptop configuration? Even if you have a basic laptop with i3 processor, that works, because all this is cloud training. All this is cloud training. Cloud training in the sense everything will be working on Azure cloud. Sir, what kind of projects will be get trained? Are there something real time? Yes, it will be real time. We'll be simulating the real time. Okay. Prasad will be simulating the real time. For example, so see, we will not be able to bring in like 500 TB of data, right? 500 TB of the data, if you bring in like within, if you run it for even 1 minute, you'll be charged like thousands or lakhs, right? So that kind of data, we will be simulating that. Simulating in the sense, we'll be creating similar kind of situations and scenarios. For example, if you're trying to become a pilot, okay, if you're trying to become a pilot, so you on the, maybe you will not be given the new plane directly to fly, because you may crash. During that time, you are given a simulation. The plane is in the ground, but you will be all the situations on the scenarios are the similar. We'll be creating the simulation there. 8 to 10 for means additional 2 months for 4 months for no. 8 to 10 weeks for Gen AI. That is for 8 to 10 weeks. Yes, but see, you need not have to wait for placement till so far. You can start attending the interview calls from 2nd or 3rd month. Once you are good with projects, once you have done at least 3-4 projects, you can start attending the interview calls. Layer 1 and layer 2 are different days or the same days. Let me show you. Let me give you I'm not sure if I have showed you this. Yes. Let me. Okay, fine. So it will be like Monday, morning classes will be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Evening classes will be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Okay. So please ping me number to whom to contact. So Jay Prakash, wherever you got the WhatsApp message to join, message there. What will be topic list of Gen AI or agentic AI? I think it's already shared for Gen AI. So can somebody who has already saved that, can you share it back on the screen, or else let me share you for Gen AI content. I think it was already shared. Let me reshare it to you. Okay, this is okay. I see this is the content for Gen AI. Okay, here is a 3 days. Okay, 3 days. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, in the morning, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, in the evening. If you are not able to attend morning or evening, you can opt for weekend as well. Okay, I hope you can opt for weekend as well. Till now, I don't have any experience. I have career gap. Okay, can I put fake experience? So how many years of fake career gap you have? Okay, that is also very important. How many years of career gap you have? You can share that. 6 years. So yes, you can create experience document. You can create around like experience document. We do not offer that, but if you want experience document to support, connect with the team. They will help you out with some vendor references. Okay. Fine. So anybody else has any other questions? 13 projects, these are the projects and all of it, sample projects of Gen AI or Agentic AI. You can share. I think go to this Sing. Okay, all the 13 projects are mentioned here. I think if you guys have not got the list of projects, let me give you a document which has everything, whatever you guys need, everything it has. Let me share you the document. Okay. So I'm sharing you a document in the chat box. Save this document. Save this document. If you go to the bottom, if you go to the Sing, if you go to the bottom, Mr. Singh, if you go to the bottom of this document, you have everything. Can you see this 13 plus projects? Okay, all the 13 projects are there. Real time, okay, data engineering plus DevOps plus AI scenarios, you have it here. Okay, content for data engineering, you have it here. You content for DevOps, you have it here. Content for GenAI, you have it here. What are the kind of roles you can apply for? You have it here. What is the future of data engineering in the age of AI? You have it here. Data engineering plus DevOps software support, you have it here. Right, end-to-end project roadmap, you have it here. Everything you have it here. Yes, you'll be getting the references. For you to get references, you need to do 4 things. What are the 4 things you need to do? First, you need to work on 13 projects. Second thing, you need to work on, you need to at least clear 2 certification, DP700 and DP700, AZ400 and DP700. And then you need to show experience resume building, and you need to clear interview, mock interview. If you clear that, you'll be getting interview references till the time you get placed. Shashank. Do not worry about interview calls. Interview calls, you will be getting for breakfast one interview, okay, for lunch one interview call you can for dinner one interview. Interview calls are huge. Interviews are flooded. The question is not about whether I will get you interview call. The question is all about, right, whether you are ready with the projects. Okay. So these are the things we talked about. Let me see if I missed anything. So who will train you? You'll be mentored by professionals who are already getting 50, 60, 70 LPA. Top-notch product-based companies. You will love it. Okay. I can tell you, right, if you have enjoyed this session, you will love the actual sessions also because it will be deep. Okay. So Next thing is that live classes. What you will get, you'll be getting 1 year access of live classes. Attend any kind of till 1 year you can attend any number of batches. Lifetime access to all the recordings. Okay, maybe interview preparation every Sunday 9 to 11. Okay, referrals, resume preparation, LinkedIn profile building, everything will be included. Right? Only for first 7 participants, because there are lots in participants, more than 50 participants attending the session. Only for first 7 participants who enroll. Okay, you guys will be getting these 7 programs as complimentary. Okay, complimentary, it will be completely free. You do not pay even a single rupee extra, because when you are working on data engineer, the companies might ask you, like, have you worked on Snowflake? We'll be working on this thing. If you say no, I do not want to any of you get rejected just because you do not know Snowflake. That is the reason Snowflake program will be given bonus. Power BI will be given bonus, okay, because it's a visualization tools. Okay, if you are now we are completely working on, okay, AWS data, Azure Data Engineer. So you'll be getting AWS and GCP Data Engineer as bonus. So that, right, you need not have to, if companies are expecting you to know multiple clouds, okay, you will not be facing any kind of problems. Then Python, PySpark, SQL. All these things are covered in live class, but these are detailed classes, more than 100 plus classes, 100 plus hours of sessions. Okay, this cannot be covered in live class. That is the reason all this program will be given as a bonus. This is only for first 7 participants only, because we have to pay to these experts. Whatever the experts we are talking about, these experts, we need to pay them. But we have taken permission for first 7 participants, where we can give for completely free. First 7 participants who enroll will be getting this 7 programs for completely free, and this will be a lifetime access. Okay, lifetime access of all this program. If you want, take a screenshot of this when you're connecting with your team. Okay, you can ask the access for these 7 programs. You'll be getting that. Okay, so now what is that? So who are we? For right now, I'm ready to trust. How can we believe it? You should ask this question. You should ask every time, because there are a lot of fake marketing going on in the internet. Okay, everybody says you can earn 1 crore, you much earn this thing. What is the credibility? Who are you? Okay, who are you to say all these things? Okay, anybody can say anything. What is the proof that you have so many results? Just go to Google and search for Silicon India Coding Superstar. So you can see a complete article. You can see a complete freaking article that is written on us by Silicon India. Who is Silicon India? Silicon India, when did the IT industry start? Around 1990s. Since the time of 1990, the Silicon India is there. We have got featured in Silicon India's top 10 cloud computing training firms of India, as you can see here. Okay, this is the credibility we have earned. Okay, for whatever the hard work we are doing. So you might have got to know in this particular single session. Okay, we have been doing this from long time. Okay, so that is the reason we have been Remember this. Okay, awarded as top 10 cloud computing training firms. Okay, so if anybody wants to read any kind of this article, I have completely shared this article in the chat box. You can go ahead and read this. Okay, this is published. Okay, published live. Okay, this is a credible source. Along with that, what are the other credible? So we are registered under Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India. Okay, most of the training companies are not registered. Okay, maybe what is the use of registered? If anything, maybe registered companies cannot fake promise. If we fake promise, if anybody goes and complains, our complete license can be cancelled. Okay, non-registered companies can say anything and everything. They can say fake promises. We cannot do that. If anybody goes and complaints in consumer court against us, our license will be gone. It will be cancelled. That is the reason you have to check for the credibility. Okay, and we are there into this market from more than 10 plus years. So this is the credibility for you. Why? Okay, this is just sharing for you to guess the trust, because there are a lot of fake things happening in the internet. Okay, then final thing is the mindset. What is the kind of mindset you need to carry? Okay, and this is not just like learn within no day. It's like most of the courses they sell like this. Okay, you join, immediately you'll be getting this guaranteed placement, guaranteed project. No. Okay, maybe let's see. Yes, job to 100% you'll be getting, but this is not like Lakshmi Chit Fund. You invest some XYZ amount, and at the end you are expecting some like lakhs to get come out. That is not. You have to put in the effort. Okay, if you have to put in the discipline, you have to follow the project, you have to work on the assignments. Only then you'll be getting the results. Okay, if you are ready to put that kind of dedication, if you're hungry enough, we will be helping you till the time you get placed. That is the promise. Okay, that is the promise. Yes, during the course you will be making mistakes. Sometimes you'll be getting demotivated. Sometimes you are making a lot of mistakes. You'll be getting, that is common. But making mistakes and not asking questions, that is when you lose. Ask questions. Okay, ask silly questions, because you are when you are learning, you can get any kind of questions, right? Silly question, but ask. Okay, ask in the class. Okay, ask in the WhatsApp group. Ask in the WhatsApp communities. Till the time you learn, you have to ask, because that is the reason it is live classes. Recordings, you cannot ask the questions. Okay, you can ask. And one more thing, sometimes some candidates will not be able to understand in one batch. Attend one more batch, attend second batch, attend third batch. Till the time you can become perfect, we'll support you. But do not give up. Do not give up at all. Okay, maybe that if you do not give up, okay, it's our responsibility to make you place. If you give up in between, then nobody can help. Right? Perfection. Nobody can be perfect. Okay, but you have to don't try to be perfect in everything. Maybe make mistakes. Okay, try, practice. Okay, maybe you have to. So only thing is that the more you practice, okay, that is when the more maturity you get. Okay, perfection. Nobody can be perfect. Even I am not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Even I am learning in certain ways. Right? Everybody has to learn. Right? Don't like I am perfect. I know everything. Don't have this mindset anytime. Okay, so that's what. As I told you, the formula is ready. Okay, maybe it has been like help hundreds and thousands of participants. In last 10 years, we have supported more than 25,000 plus professionals. Okay, with this experience, we have created a program which is a ready-made formula. What is that? You need to implement. It is like, do not worry about how the pizza is made. You have to just eat it. Okay, PMA. And this is really important. Most of them lack this positive mental attitude. Okay, you enroll for the program, you have anything, but negativity, every freaking time you have negativity in your mind, right? Will this work? Okay, I'm in the right position. Okay, maybe previously I have taken the course, I did not get a job. My friend took a course, he did not get the job. So I am from non-IT background. Will I be able to do this? There will be hundreds of questions that will be running in your mind for different reasons. I got laid off. Will I be getting the job? Okay, having the questions, there will be a lot of negative voices in your mind. That is common. Okay, everybody will have this, but how you react to it, that decides your future. Okay, how you react to your internal, you have to rewire you have to redirect and bring in the positive mental attitude. All right, that is called as PMA. This is really important, whether in life or in career. This is really important. Those who succeed has this in abundance. Okay, fine. It's already everything. Okay, it's like you invest in stocks that are going up. Invest in Microsoft Azure. Similarly, Azure is going up. The growth is going up. That is the reason. Okay, Azure, the market is really good. Okay, so Azure, the growth is going like this. Okay, similarly, that is the reason the career growth is very much obvious and very much the results are very much clean. Okay, So freelance, remember as I told you, right? Anybody wants to work on freelance along with your current job? Yes. Okay, maybe right. You can in US UK they pay around like up to $30 per hour also is possible. Okay, this is approximately 2,500 per day. If you're really good at your craft, you can earn this much per hour. Right? So maybe right. So those maybe right, anybody can do this. But for that you have to be really good with projects. Okay, there are a lot of sites how to get the freelance clients. That also we can help you out in guiding you on like how to get the freelance clients. Okay, right. So now we have spent more than how much time we have to spend? 11. It's like a magic number. Okay, magic number. So remember we started around like 9, more than 2 hours, 10 minutes. Okay, 120, 132 minutes we have spent. If the 132 minutes you have got so much of value. Just imagine that if you spend next 100 days. Okay, just see what will your heart say. If you spend similarly next 100 days, what is the kind of value you will get for your career? So that is what, okay, you have to imagine, you have to visualize after 100 days, what is the kind of, okay, results you get, okay. No recession can touch you, no layoffs can touch you with this combination, okay. I can guarantee you, cloud plus data plus DevOps plus AI, untouchable, because this is the future, okay. Connect with the team tomorrow at 9 p.m. We'll have Python from the scratch, okay. If you have enrolled, well and good, or else connect with the team, they will help you out, okay. So now I will leave it up to you. Read out what is written in the screen. Okay, maybe right. With this last slide, maybe right, I will end this session. Okay, maybe right. You can connect with the team. You can read this, whatever is written on the screen. You will get the clarity. And I will not read this. You read it for yourself. You will get a clarity. Okay. So no Prasad. There are no offline because as you can see, there are participants all across India. Okay. All online. Okay. Fine guys. Thank you very much. Have a great time. Okay. Maybe connect with the team. Maybe they will help you out with the further process. Okay. Have a great time. Good night.